feel like it was my own fault that it was such a bad date, honestly. Hi! Happy New Year! I already have a good feeling about 2021. It's only February, but with the planets and the atmosphere that I'm getting, I think it's gonna be a good year. I hope. If I jinx that, I'm deleting this video. I think it also has to do with my rising sign. I'm a Scorpio rising, and apparently this year is supposed to be a good year for Scorpio risings. So I guess we'll see how this year goes. Since it is February and approaching Valentine's Day, I wanted to do a Valentine's Day themed video. You know, I love. It is, I think it truly makes the world go round and makes the world a better place. Ugh, obviously I didn't feel good saying that. Okay. No, but really, I do love. Like, I think it's cool. It's a cool feeling. I don't know about it. Anyway, in the spirit of love, I wanted to talk about something very romantic. Aww. And that is my worst Valentine's date.
Aww.
Even thinking back on this date, I like cringed. I don't know. I hope to never see this man again. I hope he's doing all right though. But yeah, it was not a good time. So anyway, I've set the mood. I've got on my Valentine's Day sweater. I've got some nice little flowers in the background. I got daisies because, I don't know, I wanted something different, not really roses. Okay, so a couple years ago, I was out of college and I was searching on Bumble for a Valentine's Day date. I was on there swiping through people and I came across this guy. We'll call him Greg. Came across Greg on Bumble. He seemed like a cool guy. He had a good job. He had cool hobbies. I don't really remember like too much about him, but I remember I was like, he's good looking. Why not? So started talking to him. We're talking for a little bit, and then he suggested that we meet up for coffee on Valentine's Day. And I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. We were just meeting at a Starbucks. Before we got to the Starbucks, I was already a little bit nervous. I was in my head like, is he gonna look like what I think he looks like? Am I going to like spending time with him? Am I gonna enjoy myself on this date? And I was like, do I stand in line and wait for him, or do I like stand to the side and wait for him? He was also a little bit older, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years older than me. So I was like, I don't want to look stupid or naive or anything like that. It was just so silly. So I stood in line, and then I felt this like tap on my shoulder, and I literally turned around and I had a moment where I was like, who is this man? Do I know you? Do I know him? He didn't look good. He didn't look like his photos entirely. And it wasn't that I was being catfished or anything. It was just that, you know, I mean, he was tall, so we'll give him that, I guess. But his face, it looked like he had taken a beating and had seen a ghost at the exact same time right before he came to our date, because his face was very pale. He was white, but still his face was very pale. He looked very like flushed, almost sickly, and his eyes, it just looked like he hadn't slept in several days. Like he had really bad bags under his eyes. And so I was standing there while I was looking at him, and I was like, oh, I think this is the guy. And I just had a sudden realization, like, oh, this is him, and then gave him a hug. And then we ordered our drinks, and then we sat down to like talk and whatever. So we were talking, you know, we had some things in common, but it wasn't like a normal flowing conversation. It was, it was a little bit awkward. I was like, maybe it's just first date jitters, or I don't know. Let's just feel it out. There's one point where I was talking, I don't remember what I was telling him, but I was telling him something, and then all of a sudden he grabs my wrist like this, and he starts like rubbing it and staring at me, like staring straight into my eyes. A recap, a reenactment. I was literally holding my drink, and then he comes over, you know, he's across the table from me, grabs my wrist, starts rubbing it like this and staring directly in my eyes. I was so uncomfortable. I just like stopped talking at that moment. Like I stopped mid-sentence talking because I was like, what is he doing? What do you want? Why are you grabbing me? I understand maybe you want to like feel, maybe you want to have a, I don't know, like touch me, I guess, but I just think there are like smoother ways to do that. And so that was super weird, especially since he was staring at me. In that time, like in that moment, I was thinking like, why did he just do that? Is he trying to kill me? Like, is he a cannibal? Why is he rubbing my skin like this? But after I stopped talking, he came into the conversation and was like trying to give me a sultry look. I guess that's what he was going for, because then he started talking and then was like looking me up and down and still rubbing my wrist and was like, I just want to get out of here. I don't know what he said. So I took that hand thing as like a, let's get out of here. I don't know why. I don't know why I went. Guys, I don't know why I went. I don't know why I left the Starbucks. Anyway, we're older now and we learned our lesson. He's like, let's go back to my place. I said okay. I was like, okay, let's go. So he calls a lift from the Starbucks and we get in this lift to go to his place. But then he like had the lift stop like 10 minutes or 10 minutes before we got to his house, and he was like, oh, you can just let us out here. And the driver was like, are you sure? Like, we're not there yet. This is, what do you mean? And I was like, what's going on? And like I kind of knew where I was. I had an idea, but I still was like, it's gonna take me a minute to like, if I need to run to get where I need to go to figure out, like, I don't know, get my bearing. So he's like, yeah, this is fine. So we get out of the car and I am feeling weird. Like my stomach is feeling weird and everything. I chalk it up to my period, and there is a CVS within my eyesight, and I'm like, oh, I think I just got my period. Can we go into CVS so I can get some stuff for it? He's like, yeah, sure. So we go into CVS, buy my stuff, and then I was like, okay, like, ready to go to your place. Where is it? And he's like, oh, it's just up the street. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're gonna walk? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay, how far is the walk? It's about 20 minutes. Why did we get out of a lift you were paying for to walk 20 minutes to your place? Really weird. But you know what? Here's the kicker. I went for it. I kept going. I followed him. I walked 20 minutes with him to his place. At this point, we get to his place. Thankfully, I know where I am. He's in like Wrigleyville, so it's like, okay, yeah, I definitely know where I am. And if I need to run, this will be easy to do. This will be easy to like find my way home. We get to his place. It's a walk up, cute, classic Chicago walk up. He has roommates. I don't know where they are, but you know, Valentine's Day, they could be anywhere. But they weren't there. So we get to his place, we have a beer, hanging out on the couch, we're talking, he like puts on music, and at this point he was actually kind of cool. Like before at the coffee shop or at the Starbucks, I was like, I don't know about this guy, like he's just kind of weird, has this cold energy to him. But then we got back to his place and he was actually really cool, and we had a lot in common. We were just like talking it up, like about music and like other stuff, and it was great. But then he started trying to put the moves on me, and I was like, I don't know if this is really what I want. I was like trying to feel it out, and I was like, oh, maybe like flirting back a little bit. And I don't know, I was wearing like a really cute outfit. It was a jumpsuit, but you know, we were on the couch and I was like into this couch in this seat, and he's like touching on my leg and trying to flirt with me, and then he like looks up and down at me and then looks at me and is like, you're really skinny. And he says it with like a turned up look on his face, like I didn't know what to say. I was like, thank you. Like, I don't know. I don't know what he meant. I know he meant it as a bad thing, but what was I gonna do in that moment? Like, was you say, oh, you're really skinny, was it gonna be like, okay, then like get me a tub of lard, let me go eat that so I can be not so skinny, like skin and bones, I'm sorry. I don't know what you want. Also, I have full body pictures on my profile. Like, you would know my body size. I have my height and I have full body size photos on my profile. You would know how big or small I am before you talk to me. And then you decide at your place, when you're trying to flirt with me, that you're gonna turn your nose up and be like, you're really skinny. Okay, so I didn't know how to move on from that comment. I just went with it. I was like, oh, thank you. That's not a compliment, but alright. So in my mind, I was already like, okay, this date is gonna have to end soon because I'm not getting good vibes from this guy. Or, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it, and I was like, I don't want to waste any more of my time. So I get ready to leave, I finish my beer, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna head out. And I look for my phone to call a Lyft, and I couldn't find it. And I was freaking out because I was like, I don't know where I would have left it, you know? I looked in my coat pockets, I looked in my purse, I looked in my my jumpsuit pockets, I looked in the kitchen, the couch, the bedroom, like all these places, like all around the apartment, and I just couldn't find it. So I was like, shit, I don't think I have my phone. And I had to tell him, I don't think I have my phone. Thankfully, he was helpful and was like, okay, like let's try and like retrace your steps. Like, did you have it here? Did you have it here? I was like, you know what? I don't even remember having it after we left Starbucks. Like, so it could be in the lift, it could be at CVS, I could have dropped it in the snow. At this point, I don't know where my phone is. So I asked him if I could use his laptop to search find my iPhone. And I searched for it, I searched for my phone, and I log in, search for my phone, and it is in Mount Prospect. Now, those of you who are not from Chicago, Mount Prospect is a suburb of Chicago, and it's about 30 minutes away from Chicago driving. I was like, shit, it's probably in the Lyft. Calls the Lyft driver and he's like, hey, you know, my friend left her phone in your car. Can you see if it's there? Lyft driver checks, and lo and behold, my phone is there. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is he actually going to bring my phone back? Because he could have gotten money for it if he really didn't want to return it. And so I was like, please, like, I will give you money, like, please bring it back. And the Lyft driver actually handed the phone to his son, because he was like, oh, well, my son will take care of this for you. Like, he'll come back and like bring it to you. And I was like, thank you so much. And I was like, I'll give you $50 as a reward. I don't know, I just said a number. And he was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I'll bring it then. The guy, Greg, he like heard me on the phone with this guy, and he was like, $50? I was like, yeah, like, I want my phone back. I don't know what to do. At this point, he was like, well, I'm hungry, so can we like go get some food? And we go down to this place that's like right next door to him and get pizza. While he's eating his pizza, I'm like thinking, okay, I gotta give this guy $50. What do I do? And I didn't have my debit card with me, so I couldn't take money out of the ATM. I only had my credit card with me. And I was like, shoot, like, I only have $30 in cash to give him. I don't know why at the time I didn't think I could just Venmo the guy. I don't know, but whatever. So I told Greg, oh, hey man, I only have $30. Can I pay you $20 and then you give me $20 in cash? So I had to borrow money from this man that I didn't even know and I didn't want to spend any more time with in order to get back my phone. Thankfully, he was also like, yes, that's fine. Paid him the money. He gave me the $20. Then the guy came with my phone. And I was like, okay, like, thank you for my phone. Like, thank you so much. And I tried to give him the money. And he's like, hold on. How do I know this is your phone? It's like, who else is going to be out here at 10 o'clock at night, coming up to you, knowing that you have a phone that's missing, being like, and handing you money at the same time, being like, thank you for my phone. So he was like, tell me what the screensaver is. And I was like, okay, it's this. He's like, this is my phone. Please. And he was like, okay, fine. He's like, but I want $70. I was like, sir, we agreed on 50. All I have is 50. And I'm giving you my appreciation for coming out in addition to the $50. And he was really trying to haggle me for more money to give me my phone back when it was literally in his hand. Greg stepped in and was like, dude, she's giving you $50 and already is like trying to just give you the money and move on. Take it or leave it. I was like, take it or leave it. I do need my phone back. And then the guy was like, okay, fine, like, I'll take the $50. And so he gave me my phone back. The driver's son went away off into the sunset, wherever he was going. And then I was like, okay, thanks, Greg. Thank you for the time. Thank you for being so supportive. However, I'm a little too embarrassed to do this again. Let's not. I actually don't remember if I said that. I think we just went our separate ways and we were like, okay, thanks, like, thank you. I really like thanked him so much and like apologized that I roped him into this crazy mess that was me trying to get my phone back and losing it. Like, wow, what a great first date impression. We just went our separate ways. I went home and we actually never talked again. Like I said, I think it was my own fault it truly was my own fault that this date was so bad. So that's the story of my worst Valentine's Day date. But thank you for watching. If you like this video, of course, do the usual stuff. I don't know. I don't have to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. Thanks for watching. Bye.